Xunzi does not rely on his heavenly root to justify Confucian moralities. It does not mean that he must disagree with Menzi's position, but he will say Menzi's position is effective only within Confucianism. And this is also very distinctive Xunzi's ideas to separate morality from heaven, at least methodologically. So as I see it, Xunzi aims to provide a justification for Confucian moralities without relying on heaven, right? To provide an answer that is acceptable to people who have different ideas. So in that sense, that's relevant to the modern world as well. Because in the modern world, we're not talking about purisms, right? People who have different ideas, who hold different ideas regarding some fundamental questions. And the challenge is how can we communicate with one another, right? Whether we can find some overlapping consensus if we borrow Rawls' ideas, right? And yet it can truly provide support for our social, political, and moral system. I mean, this is, in some sense, Xunzi's ambition as well. Right? Whether we can find some common grounds, right, to justify moralities. Right? And his answer or his strategy is to say that let's bracket heavens, right, and see heaven just as constant movements and show no preference and good and evil. So for Xunzi, it's more like tian, it's more like nature actually. But I just for easy reference, right, I use it as heaven. But actually, for Xunzi, it's more like nature, and particularly nature in the modern sense. Right? It moves constantly. It has some constant principles. It's like there has changes of 4 seasons. It rains under certain circumstances. The sun goes up, right? The moon then appears at night. These are the heaven's constant movement, right, in Xunzi's eyes.